If you're running a business and you want to run adverts to your offer, then creating a swipe file can be a great way to gain inspiration. Now, traditionally, as I'm showing here, you might use something like Trello, and that can be a good way of organizing things, but it can also be very manual. You've got to get the screenshots, you've got to get the links, you've got to get everything attached. And while this looks great, it's a huge amount of work to maintain. And there's not really been a really great solution to address this until now. So AdNova has launched on AppSumo for Sumo Day, and I think this is going to be one of those hidden gems that people could overlook, but it's actually a brilliant tool. I've been using this for a while. It's very easy to use. Let me give you a quick demo because this is it's really superb. So when you look to the side here, you have different work areas, different workspaces, and depending on the plan you get will determine how many workspaces. So for $59, you get 5 workspaces and you can have 5 users, and you can go all the way up to just under $400 and you get unlimited workspaces and unlimited users. So I'll put an affiliate link somewhere. Go click on that if you want to check out the full deal details. So these are different workspaces that I've set up, and this is just a way of containing everything in one particular place. If we take a look here, when you land in, you've got this discover area, and you can search for a brand name or particular ad copy keywords. If we have a little look at, for example, so this workspace is to do with pottery. So if I have a look and say, these are the brands and these are the ad copy. So if we take a look at this brand, we can now see the adverts that they're putting out. And if you think, oh, that's an interesting one, we should do something similar to that, you can simply click this and there we go. That's now added to a board, inspiration board. And what's really nice about this is it's not just adding this, we can go in and look at the details. So we can see the text that's used, the call to action. We've got the video as well, so we can view what they've done and we can share thoughts. So if you're working in a team, you can actually put thoughts here next to the board for other members of your team to see. And we can also add annotations. So we might go, and that's the comment. If we click on it, it will show the highlight. So a really great, simple to use interface for checking out other people's ads. If we go to this one, let's have a look at discovering a fitness brand. So we can say by industry this time, and we might go down and say health and wellness. And you can also take a look at the newest, longest running, recommended, and it's loading pretty quick as well. I'm not editing this, you can hear me talking over it. So here we've got a load of fitness type adverts. So if you're taking a look at promoting a fitness brand, this can give you some inspiration. But that's not all it does. So we've got the sample boards, we've got inspiration. We also have a detective mode. Now this is something I really like. So in detective mode, we say analyze a brand, and you can go to the meta ad library and search for the brand, and then come back in here, paste them in, and it will analyze them. And what that gives you after it's been analyzed is this roundup. So we can see they've got 7 active, 52 inactive, 5 are videos, 54 are images, and no carousels. I absolutely love this. This, I think, is a real game changer, especially for someone like me who's starting out with ads. I've not done too much with it. This really helps me understand how people are setting up their adverts on different platforms. When we go in, it's analyzed it. This is the lifetime, but you can see, I'll change this in a minute. We've got the media mix, so we can see it's mostly images, 91% images. We've got the ad copy, the word cloud, highlighting the areas that are used the most. When we come down, we can see the landing pages that have been used. We can see the call to action text, which I think is really interesting because I know Facebook gives a range of options, and clearly here, learn more is the one that does it for this brand. We can see the different creatives. So we already knew that images were the highest. The platform breakdown, so Instagram, Facebook, Messenger. If we go down, we've got the ads over time. We can see the number of creatives and where they are, so the location, we've got the age range, and then we can go back up and we can filter this down. Now that's lifetime, but if this brand's been around for years, perhaps only the last 30 days is relevant, and so we can see what they're pushing at the moment. And if we click on that, that would take us to the landing page to check it out. This is really helpful, a really good breakdown, and helps you understand exactly how people are positioning their ads. And what I also like about this is we can go up here, click creatives, and we now see the last 30 days worth of ads. If I change that to lifetime, here's all the adverts that have ever been run, but now we can change this to 30 days and we see actually 60 days. They've been running the same ads really for 90 days. So 180 days, they're doing a few different things. And again, we can just click in and we can say view ad details. And there we go. Now I did contact support and ask them a question. They've been super helpful. And I said, if we add some of these to a board, what happens when the owner of the ad removes it or stops running or deletes it or whatever? And they say, actually, it stays within this system. So you won't lose it just because they get rid of it. So the final piece of this platform is Drive. That's storage space for you to use. The amount of space you get will depend on the plan you go for. And you can upload your own assets. So I showed you this before with other people's, but let me just show you this now with this one. So I'll just go back to, here we go. So here is version 1 of an image. And let's say you've uploaded this as a creative, and you can add annotations. And that will now show up as comments at the side. And it also shows up as open discussion items. This is basically a task list. So if you've got numerous creatives on here with comments and annotations, this will show up until you go into the creative. You've dealt with the creative. So here's now version 2. We've added the sunrays. Add sunrays has been done. Take that off. And if we go back to the open items, you can see there's no assets found because all the tasks have been done. I was very impressed with this because I hadn't realized this was also going to be a semi-project management tool for creatives. And depending on who you're working with, you could work with a team, or maybe you're working with clients and you want to get approval for things or get their feedback. I can see that being super useful. There's also a Chrome extension, which when added, adds this select board and save to AdNova option. When you're browsing Facebook and see adverts, it gives you access straight away to just come in, select the board and click the button, and that will now save it to your AdNova account. For those looking to personalize this a little bit, there is some light branding options. You can add your company name, your logo, and select the color theme. You can invite members to individual workspaces, and they have different permissions, which I think is very cool. So if you don't want them to be able to use up your drive space, just don't check that. If you don't want to use detective, don't check that. If you just want to collaborate with them on the inspiration section, you just tick that, and you can see there could be an admin or a collaborator. So that's AdNova. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Affiliate links down there as well if you want to check out the deal. And don't forget, you can enter a competition with AppSumo to win a Cybertruck, which sounds very exciting, even if it looks a little bit ugly. Let me know what you think about the Cybertruck down below as well.